Hello friends, I am Amir Nizami and today we are going to study the MATLAB command to use the MATLAB command for maximum absolute and minimum absolute values from a set of data. So what are the applications of finding the maximum absolute values means maximum values here. So when we have to find the peak ground acceleration from a time history data, earthquake time history data, so we use these commands. Or when we plot the response spectrum, whether it's a spectral displacement or pseudo spectral acceleration or pseudo spectral velocity, we use there the maximum response of a single degree of freedom system for particular time period of a building or structure having the maximum responses. So now finding the peak ground acceleration from earthquake ground acceleration time history data. The acceleration is quantified at a site using the peak ground acceleration, which is defined as the maximum ground motion. So we peak ground acceleration is the maximum ground motion. So how to find the peak ground acceleration if the earthquake ground acceleration time history is given? Okay, so we will see this in the MATLAB. And here some examples are shown that if a set of discrete points are shown 2 3 4 5 minus 7 and these, so we have to find the maximum value and minimum value, and also the maximum absolute value and minimum absolute value. So maximum value, from here we can easily see that the maximum value is here 42. So we can see here, sorry, maximum value here is 42 and minimum value is here minus 65, and maximum absolute value absolute value of a would be equals to, absolute value means irrespective of the sign, the maximum magnitude, it will see only the magnitude, not the negative or positive sign. So what would be that? So we can see here 65, and minimum absolute value, what would be that? Here I think 2. Okay, so this is the 2 is the minimum absolute value. So this is the very short discrete points and we can give the values or answer very easily. But when there is a large data, or when the data is too large, we can't such as the discrete points are 4,000 or 5,000 discrete points are there, so it becomes very difficult to find the maximum absolute value or minimum absolute value from there. Okay, so there we use the command, MATLAB command. So with the help of the MATLAB command we can directly find the maximum values. So the maximum values will give the peak ground acceleration from there. So here I have shown for a set of 15 data points, that suppose there is a discrete data that is 15 values, so we can search from here the maximum values from here that corresponding to this time seconds, what is the maximum value. And this the discrete point where here we can see that the delta t here is given is 0.02 seconds. Okay, so corresponding to that time history we get the acceleration. So here only 15, but in actual there is 4,000 5,000 discrete points, so we have to find the maximum values corresponding to that. So here we have a plot of the ground acceleration versus time history. So we will show how we will plot it in MATLAB. So let's go in a MATLAB now. So we will go to the MATLAB here, and here it's MATLAB. We have opened the MATLAB now. So we have write a command clc which will clear the screen. So just we will run it, just evaluate the selection. So it has cleared the screen. Now we are having a data set of points 5 minus 6 8 10 25 minus 27. So it is a 1 2 3 4 5 6 6 data points. So here we can easily find the maximum value. So we can see what would be the maximum value, 25. So let's write, we will write a command, we'll check it. that whether this command gives us the correct results or not. So maximum of, we have just denote these discrete points with u, so we will write u, and then we will just evaluate the selection. So we will just right click, evaluate selection. So it is telling unrecognized function or variable u, so we have not run u. So before that we have to run evaluate the selection u. So u has given a vector values. Now we will run maximum values of u. So we get the maximum value of u is 25. So we can see from here that the 25 is the maximum value. Now we will find the maximum of absolute value abs. We give the command max of abs, absolute of what, of the discrete point set of points u. So we have written that command. Now we will run it. So just evaluate selection. So we get maximum absolute value as 27. So we know the absolute value irrespective of the sign, we get the maximum magnitude. So 27 is the maximum magnitude here, and we get that values. Similarly, minimum values. So we will see s is minimum min command minimum of u. So let's find the minimum value. Evaluate the selection. So the minimum value here is minus of 27. From this data the minimum value is minus 27, and we will find the minimum of absolute value. So let's see absolute value. So that is 5. So absolute value is, minimum absolute value is 5, because 5 is the smallest value of magnitude here when we do not consider the sign. Now for this small data sets we can directly answer these. Okay, but we have seen that how we use in the MATLAB command that we get these values. But for a large value, such as when we are having a earthquake data of this large content IS 1893 code, where the response spectra is plotted, so that time history we are having. So those time history, let us see that we are having a time history data here. So it is a very large set of discrete values of earthquake time history. Okay, and this is in the notepad, which is a txt file extension name. So when we have to run or include that values in the MATLAB, so what we do, we just write a command text read. We have just write a command text read, and we have that file name, that is, we have seen that there it is written is1893 code dot txt. Txt is the extension of that. So we have written this command. Then when we will run it, it will just take that input from that file name, and we will get those data here. So we got those acceleration time history data. Now we don't know the size of this, that how much discrete values are this much. So we have a command size. We will write a command size of, we have denoted the time history with e, so size of e. So we can write here also, or otherwise we can just have command size of e. So we will run it. Let's run this value. So we'll see. So it is showing the size of E is 4001, means it is the row and 1 is the column. So this row and 1 first column and this much row. So this much discrete point is there. Okay. So now peak ground acceleration. So we know that peak ground acceleration is the maximum absolute values, because we are interested only in the magnitude, not the sign convention. Means sign here is only direction, that it is positive x or negative x. So but we are interested only in the magnitude, that maximum value, whether it is negative or positive direction, irrespective of that we want to find the maximum values or maximum magnitude. So for that we will write a command maximum of absolute of, we have denoted the earthquake ground acceleration data with E. So now we can find the peak ground acceleration here with that help. So we will just run this file. So from there we get 1.7998, roughly 1.8. Okay, so we get this much peak ground acceleration of 1.7998 meter per second square acceleration. This is the maximum value from all these datas. Okay, somewhere it is 0.0175, somewhere different values are there, but in this the maximum value is somewhere where which we have found this, that is 1.7998. So now if we have to plot this time history, earthquake time history with respect earthquake ground acceleration with respect to time, so how we will plot? We require this time earthquake acceleration data and the time history data. So we are having only here, we can see only the acceleration record. So corresponding to the time we have to plot, so we are not having that discrete time. So what we will do, we will just write a command such as time history. We can 0, we will start from 0 is to 0.02, that is the discrete increment up to 8 or 80 seconds. Okay, so let's see. So first we will make a column vector, we want it in a column. So it is up to 80 seconds. So let's check the size of this. So that is also 4001 and one column. So now we can plot. Okay, so let's see, here is a command plot time history comma E. So time history would be on the x-axis and E will be in the y-axis. So we'll plot it. So now we will plot this time history with earthquake data. So let's run the command. So we got here, we can see from here if you enlarge it, that this is the time history data, earthquake ground acceleration with time. So it is, a time is given in seconds, so it is for the 80 seconds. This earthquake was there for 80 seconds and the ground acceleration was is shown here, that above this zero value, it is, we consider the positive value, and downward it's negative value. So this is the positive and negative values shown in this curve. So we are interested in the maximum value, whether it is the positive or negative value. We find the maximum absolute value, that is the magnitude of the earthquake acceleration. So here we can see it is minus 1.737 and here we will check it. So it is almost 1.8. So we can consider that this value is the maximum peak ground acceleration, that is the peak ground acceleration or maximum ground acceleration. Okay, so in this way we use these commands to find the values, a discrete set of points from the large discrete set of points we find the values, because we can see here it was a lot, it was a very large discrete values here. So we have to find the earthquake ground acceleration values from there, so it is very difficult task. So just MATLAB commands maximum absolute value and minimum absolute value, so this helps a lot to us when we have written the command directly, that max of absolute of E. Just so simply it gave me the results or the values that this is the maximum ground acceleration, which we will say that it is the peak ground acceleration. Okay, so these commands are very useful and very helpful to us, and when we also plot the response spectra, then we have to code for that. Then we use these commands maximum absolute value very often there. So in the next lecture, inshallah, we will just show that how to plot the response spectra. So thank you.